Good morning, everyone. And today we are going to start our new module, which is based on Streamlit. And so far, what we have seen is we have studied about the basic concept of AI, Gen AI, and then we studied about LangChain and the advanced concepts of the LangChain, Langsmith. Okay, and we have also seen how to set up our development environment. But so far, whatever we have developed was limited to the Google Colab notebook, right? So we were using Google Colab to write our code and we were executing everything on the Google Colab. But what if you want to show your application or your capability to maybe any stakeholder like your manager, your higher management, or maybe to your business or a client? So in that case, that Google Colab will not work. Google Colab is something that you can use to share your work with the developers who actually understand how to execute the commands and all. But if you want to showcase your application or your work to some other stakeholders who are not technical, then what we can do is we can create the applications, or we can create UI on top of those code which we have learned so far, and then we can create our application. Okay, so that's the main purpose, that how without putting lot of efforts, how we can create some user interface which looks pretty good and that can help us to showcase our work. So the first question is, what is Streamlit? So technically speaking, Streamlit is a Python library. So just like we were installing and deploying, installing the other libraries, we will just install a Streamlit library, and then we will be using its different APIs, different methods to develop our application. So that's the first thing. It's an open source Python library. Secondly, it's very helpful to create quick, prototyping. Quick prototyping means whatever functionality you want to build, maybe you can divide your screen into three parts. The left hand side will have some slider bars, it may have some buttons, you can create some drop downs. So the prototyping is very quick and easy. Okay, third point being simplicity and usability. It's very simple and usable, and the most important thing is it has customizable widgets. So on the screen you can see, right? So it's like import Streamlit as st, and whatever we write using st.write, maybe st.line chart, so all these are nothing but the different widgets. Okay, so we will be studying about, we'll study more about these widgets, and these widgets actually are very customizable and you can develop the things very quickly. It's also deployment friendly. In fact, Streamlit also provides you one cloud infrastructure where you can deploy your Streamlit applications, but Streamlit applications are also can also be deployed to other environments as well. The most important thing next is it's a data science oriented. So it's data science oriented in the sense that whatever widgets or whatever API it provides, that is mainly is in focus with the machine learners, or the AI engineers, or like data scientists. So in this field, as you know, most usually we have to load some data frames, or we have to create some charts, different visualizations we have to do. So so what I mean to say is this Streamlit library is more like a data centric and mostly used by these data scientists, AI engineers, and other similar roles. Okay, so let's have a quick glimpse on what we are going to study in this module. We will first start with installation and setup. We'll study about the different core components of Streamlit, Streamlit's chat components. This is something which is introduced by Streamlit because these days Streamlit is mainly used to create those conversational chatbots. So they have introduced these chat components which can help us to develop those kind of functionalities where a user is putting some instructions and assistant is replying. So there are chat components which we will make use, and then we will stream those chats in the Streamlit, and the Streamlit data flow, how to make use of the session states. So it has a session where we will be storing our most of our objects in the session so that they can be fetched again and again whenever required. We will also look into the callback functions, caches, and finally we will build a project which is a GUI based assistant. So far whatever we have created was mainly on the Google Colab file. We created how to develop how to write a blog using Wikipedia article. We also created conversational chatbot, but the memory was based on our memory object, the list object. So now in this particular module, in the last, we will create one full-fledged GUI based assistant, which will have a UI and then, the session states and other things will also be used. So let's quickly jump to so this is streamlit.io. And what I meant, I can go to the docs. In the docs, if you see, it has installations, fundamental, first steps. You can definitely have a look. But I was talking about these widgets. Okay, so these are the widgets. st.write. These are the write and magic widgets like st.write, st.write stream, magic. There are text elements, right? You can write title, headers. So we will study all these things, most of them. And then some third party components, you have data elements. As I said, this is more like, data centric. Display a data frame as an interactive table. You can make use of the data frames, and then data editor, column configuration, static, dicts and JSONs. You have dictionaries and JSONs, and chart elements. Okay, so there are a lot of chart elements which are being supported. You can create your bar charts, line charts, so almost matplotlib also. So whatever data visualization library you have used in the data science, all those are supported here, so that you can augment your application with these graphs and tools. Okay, so all in all, Streamlit is a wonderful Python library which can be used to develop the user interface very quickly with very less effort. And then what we will do is we can also convert these applications into real production applications by just switching these Streamlits with any other technology like React or something. Also, I have seen some applications even in the production which make use of the Streamlit. Okay, so it's not like that you cannot build production ready applications using Streamlit. Those are also available, and people do use Streamlit to deploy their applications also. Okay, so yeah, we will start our this module by installations and setup. So see you in the next lecture.